Okay, welcome to the second session for mobility. Today we're going to focus on mobility for the ankle, the foot. We're going to mobilize the hamstrings. We're going to focus a lot on the hips, and if we have a little chance at the end, we might focus on a little bit of mobility for the upper body. So we're going to start again like we did last day. We're going to get into our butterfly stretch. So this is a great one to wake up. We're going to get the feet as close as possible together. Pull them in, and we're just going to push down on the knees for 1. Bring them up. Breathe in as you're pushing down. 2. 3. 4. 5. Remember, push from the glutes. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Okay, just shake them out a little bit. Pull them back in. Get back up to the wall. Remember, if you need to sit on a yoga block for this or anything, might make it a little bit easier, that's fine. And go again. 1. 2. 3. 4. So squeeze your belly button out as you're pushing down. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Okay, just hold it there for a second. So we're going to do just one little bit longer one now. We're just going to pulse quickly for 5, and then we're going to hold the last one. Okay, so ready to pulse quickly? So just push down quickly for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Remember, push from the glutes. So we're going to do that again. Pulse for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and hold. Pushing from the glutes. Push the belly button out. And release. Okay. So we're going to do some 90-90 work again like we did last day. To start, if you have a yoga block or 2 books, it might make it easier just to sort of prop yourself up for this. But if not, you don't have to have them. So what we're going to do is we're going to just get both our legs out like this. Both legs out like this, just a bit wider than shoulder width. And what we're going to do is we're going to flow into the 90-90 position we're going to be in. So we're just going to go to this side like this. We're going to come back into the center and go to the other side like so. So then we're going to, so to flow back into, we're going to lift this leg first. Then the other leg is going to follow. And we're going to flow over here. So we end up in the 90-90 position. Lift this leg again. Bring the other leg to follow. And move through it like this. Okay, so keep your backside on the ground as you're going. And we'll just flow through about 10 of these. Focusing on breath. Try to stay as upright as you can. can follow the stretch as well with your body. So this is just a gentle opening before we go into our 90-90. One more on each side. And we're going to come back onto this side and stay here. So this is our 90-90 position. Our front leg is at 90 degrees and our back leg is at 90-degree angles. Okay, so we're going to start with leaning forward. So we're going to get this in our, I'll just look at this side. So I'm going to go straight over this leg here, belly button straight over the knee for external rotation. We should be getting this in the back hip. Okay, so straight over, hold and back. Let's go for 5 of these. Remember our cues to brace ourselves, keep upright, use your hand if you need to, use a yoga block to prop yourself up a bit more, and straight over. Back up. And back, and one more. Okay, good. The next one we're going to do is we're going to internally rotate. So we're going to drive the back heel into the ground and we're going to lift up the knee. And you can almost look around here at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, so we're going to stay in this position and we're going to do one more exercise here. We're going to just progress this a little bit more. So for internal rotation, we're now just going to try stay as upright as we can and we're going to try lift this heel and keep this knee on the ground. Okay, so I'm going to keep everything still. Don't want any slouching down like this. Even if you just lift it up a millimeter or even if you just think about lifting the back heel up, you get the required stretch in this. Okay, so I'm going to brace myself. And just hold it there for 2 seconds if you can. And one more. See, what you might find is you might have a little lean. That's okay, but just try not to slouch too much and you should be getting that right up here. So you're looking for the soreness, the stiffness, the spasm. That's good. Right, we're going to do all that again. I'm just going to turn a little bit again. So we're going to go straight over for external rotation. And we're going to go for 5. 2. 3. 4. 5. And we're driving our back heel into the ground now. Make sure everything's squared up in the 90-90 position. We're going to drive our back heel into the ground and we're going to look at it. Should be getting a little bit more this time. Push it up. When it's up there, just give it that extra little push. Push again. 4 and 5. Okay, we're going to square ourselves up and we're going to lift that back heel. So put a lot of intent into lifting that back heel. Just think about it's coming from here. So just square yourself up, brace yourself. So the hip capsule has to work really hard to hold it up in this internally rotated position. Let's go again. You might get a shot up the hamstring. That's okay. 3. 4. And last one. Okay, we're going to switch sides. 90 on the other side. Okay, square everything up, make sure everything is in the 90-90 position. And we're going to go again. So we're going to go straight over for the glute stretch on this side. 1. 2. So make sure you sit upright. If you're feeling this tightness all here, you need to spend a lot of time in this position. Keeping upright is the most important thing. So if you need the yoga block to prop yourself up on, prop yourself up on that. But you should be able to just stay up here fairly comfortably anyway without a yoga block. But just put your hand down there for the purpose of this exercise. 3. 4. Last one. 5. So we're going to drive our back heel into the ground now. And we're going to lift up. 1. 2. 3. Get right up through here. Should be feeling it. 4. And just lift your toes up as well at the end to point them out that way as well, to give you that extra little bit. And 5. Okay, we're going to lift the back heel now. Just move into a better position here. So brace yourself, and we're going to intent on lifting this back heel. So you just, even if you don't lift it, that's fine. It's just the intent, you'll feel it in right up here in the hip. 1, 2, 3. Let's go again. And last one. So I'm a little bit tighter on this hip today, it's pretty tough for me. So we're going to do all this again. Let's start again. We're going to go forward with external rotation first. So over. 1. 2. Try to get that a little bit further forward. 3. 4. That's a hinge now, don't bend the spine. And 5. Okay, good. So we're going to work on opening up the knee again. Drag the back heel into the ground. And open her on up. And last one is 5. Okay. Let's focus on the intent now of lifting the heel. It's all about the intent of it. Okay, brace yourself. And 2, 3. Let's go for number 3. 4. And hamstring tenderness there. That's good. And last one. 5. Okay, good. I want you to sit with your back to the wall now. Actually, no, before we do that, we're going to just come onto our knees on our mat. Just come onto your knees on your mat. And we're going to come onto all fours here like this. And what I want you to do is I want you to put your heels down. I'll just turn it sideways maybe. Perhaps to this one. This is our frog stretch. So you might have done this one before. So you just put your feet out. So turn your feet out like so. And you're just going to come down into this stretch here like this. So everything should be sort of squared up, shoulder width, a bit further than shoulder width apart. And you can come into this. So this is a great hip stretch. Your feet are flat on the ground, pointed out the way. And your knees are on the ground. So just hold it here for a second. This is pretty intense, so be careful with it. What I want you to do is I want you to go down onto your forearms and just push back. Gently push back and down like you're trying to squeeze the mat together with your knees. And just push forward, then that should be release it. Push down again. Hold it and release. So breathe in and push back. And release. Breathe in and release. Breathe in and release. Okay, good. Just hold it there. And again, try to get a little bit further back now this time. Breathe in. And hold it there. Just hold it there for another few seconds. And release. So every time you go down, you should be trying to get a little bit more. Hold it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. And be careful coming out of this now. Just be gentle. Put your feet together. Come back in. Bring the knees together and just get off now. Okay, so I want you to put your back against the wall now. We're going to do our hip flexor lift offs. So if you have to sit on a yoga block or anything for these, that's fine. So our hip flexor lift offs. These can be pretty intense, but they're excellent to strengthen your hip flexors. Somewhere where a lot of us are weak. So again, the cues from last week, we're going to do 3 sets on these. We're going to do 3 sets of 5 on each side. So it's all about the intent. You're lifting from your quad, pointing the toe away, keep the legs straight and brace yourself. Okay, so hands on the ground. We're going to brace ourselves, point the toe away, engage the quad and lifting the quad. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. If you get a little bit of tension there, just release it. I'm going to go again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Go again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lift as high as you can. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down. 2 more on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4. And last one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember, to make it harder, you can hinge forward a bit, okay, and get your backside close to the wall. We're going to go with this leg now. Point the toe away. Engage the quad. Brace your body. Breathe in and lift. 2, 3, 4, and down. So if you do get a shot up there, just wiggle it around a bit like that. It'll come good. And we'll go again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Let's do 3 more on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last 2. Get a good run down this leg. Last 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, good. We're back to the other leg. Remember, it's all about intent. Focusing on the intent. The mind muscle connection. Think about getting into that muscle with your mind. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're making this muscle stronger as we're making it work. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. And last one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Switch legs again. Last one on this leg. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Back to this leg. We're going to do the last set. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Try to get that last bit higher for the last few now. We'll do 3 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just really focus on contracting this. You want it all here. Your whole mind is here in your quad. 1, 2, 4. And 2 more. Or 1 more. 2, 3, 4. Okay. So you're working hard for that. Let's go final set here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And last one, hold it for that little bit longer if you can. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, good. Give them a nice little shake out. And we're going to work on a little bit of ankle and footwork now. Okay, so get your yoga block or book or whatever you have. We're going to come back first and we're going to do our shin stretch. So we're going to put our yoga block here like this and we're going to get our toes over our block. Okay, our toes over our block. We're going to sit up, stand up first, and we're just going to try sit back here. This is the goal. sit back on the yoga block like this, and you should be getting a good stretch on the tibia here, on your shin. If you're not getting that good a stretch, or if you're getting used to this, you can just push it out and sit back a bit like this. Now you want to be getting a good stretch here. Stretching your foot and your tibia. I'm going to hold it there for about 15 more seconds. Focus on breathing. Okay, come on to the big toe now. You're going to just put your big toe into the ground, and we're going to sit back on our big toe. So you should be getting a stretch up through the foot and the big toe here. If you're comfortable in this position, that's good. This is a good standard to get to where you're comfortable sitting here. But if you're not, this is the aim. So just sit back a bit further to get the stretch up as far as you need to. And just hold it there. We're going to hold for another 10 seconds. Okay, good. We're going to go back again here. Get your yoga blocker book. Put your toes on it. And we're going to just sit back on it again. Hold for 30 seconds. Sit back as you need to get a better stretch. Find that point where you can get a good stretch on this. Stretch that tibia. So if you're doing a lot of running or any type of work on the pitch or hard ground at the minute, you need to stretch your tibia. Good. Come back onto the toes now. And sit back for 30 seconds. Go. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Okay, so we're going to just leave that one there now. We're going to stand up and we're going to work on our supination of our ankle again. Remember, get onto your ankle, stand on the side of your ankle like this. Be careful with this one, so keep the weight on your other foot if you need to. If you're comfortable in this position, you can take your foot off. And if you're getting a stretch there, that's fine. But a way to get a better stretch is just to walk around your ankle like this and twist your hip, and you might get a better stretch on it then like this. So the aim is to get a good stretch on the ankle. Twist all those little muscles out that are locked in there that haven't been stretched enough before, and really get into this one. You should feel a nice release on your ankle doing this. Hold it there for 5 more seconds. Okay, now do your other side. So we want to just get onto this side, and if you're comfortable, if you're getting a stretch there, just hold it. But if not, you can just sort of twist your hips around to look towards that foot. Another way to do it, the foot that's twisted, if you want to just push the knee forward on it, like get an extra little stretch on it. So I'm pushing this knee forward here and back. Push it forward and back. And we're able to get a nice little stretch there. So after a while of doing this, you'll be able to land on the side of your foot in games, and you won't be as susceptible to hurting your ankle or doing damage to ligaments, because you will have increased the range that you have. Good. One more on each side then. Go to wherever is comfortable for you. Discover where you need your range is and work there until you can increase that range. And switch. And breathing as well, don't forget to breathe. Pulse and release. Just shake those out. We're going to just get into our couch stretch again now. We're going to finish with a few of these. So we should be well warmed up on the hip flexors and the quads now. So we want to get the foot flat against it in this position. Your foot and your shin. You might need to bring your shin out the way if you're not used to this, because you get a serious stretch if you start like this. So I'd advise to come out as far as you can. I'm going to start in pretty close. I'm going to jump this leg forward. The knees have to come out a bit, so that's where I'm naturally just going to start this today then. We're just going to hold it there. The aim is to get your back into the wall. Just going to hold these for about 40 seconds, 45 seconds. So think of tensing your glute on this side, and that'll get you deeper into the stretch. You can use a couch for these if you don't want to use your wall. You can use a bench, anything you can just put your foot, prop your foot up against. A chair, anything. A wall I find the best. You might be hurting your foot a bit on it. You just need to work on it a little bit more and that'll go away. Just focus on breathing on these and just really contracting this glute. So contracting this glute for a couple of seconds, release it and do it again. Okay, come out of that. And what I want you to do is stay here. With the same leg you had against the wall, I want you to put it forward like this. And we're going to do a bit of hamstring work on it. Because what you'll find is often when you need to loosen up one muscle like the hamstring, if you loosen up the opposite muscle, which is the quad here first, you get a better stretch on the hamstring. So I want you to just put your leg out like this, square everything up again if you can. Keep it straight. And we're going to hinge forward. We're not going to bend the spine too much. We're just going to try hinge forward at the hip. We're just going to try to get a stretch. We're going to go for 1 and back up. We're going to go for 10 of these. 2. 3. 4. Point the toe away, you might get a better stretch. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9, and hold the last one for about 5 or 6 seconds. 5. Okay, good. Come out of that. Now we're going to put our other leg up on the wall. So in my case, it's the left leg going up this time. Pop your other leg forward. We want to sit back. Okay, get comfortable. Position, and we're going to sit here for about 40 seconds. We're going to focus on breathing and contracting that glute. And we should be getting a good stretch in the hip flexor and the quad here. So if you've read the book Becoming a Supple Leopard by Kelly Starrett, it's one of the best books on mobility and stretching you can get. But Kelly Starrett came up with this stretch. He called it the couch stretch because you can do it while at your couch. And it's excellent for mobilizing the quad and the hip flexor. One of the best exercises you can get into it. So 5 more seconds. Good, come out there. And we're going to stretch the hamstring on the leg that you had up against the wall now. Let's put that leg out in front of you. And we're going to hinge forward for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and hold the last one for about 6 or 7 seconds. Okay, that's all we're going to do on those today, because I want to do a couple of other little things, but hopefully you get a good release on the quad and the hamstrings there. My hamstrings are particularly tight from doing a lot of work on them yesterday, so I need to do a little bit of work on that later today as well. So what I want you to do now is get a bench, if you have one, or you could use the couch either, whatever you have, something like this, and we're going to do an upper body exercise now. So I want you to put your arms over the couch or the bench or whatever you have in front of you, the chair. I want you to just get back like this and just put your head through the front like this. I'm just going to hang here for a second, and I want you to focus on bringing your chest to the floor. So focus on bringing your chest to the floor, just look at the ground. And this will give a good spinal stretch. You're getting a stretch on the lats and the triceps here as well in a second. Come back up. I want you to put your elbows on it now. Elbows on the edge. I want you to look through. Push your chest to the ground. Come back up. I just want you to put your hands across like this. I want you to look down again. Try to get that chest lower to the ground. So this is a good exercise to improve your posture. Hold it there. And back up. Shake it out. Put your hands over it again. And get that chest to the ground. Wherever you can get the stretch, just put your hands to get the best stretch. And push that chest down to the ground. Push it down to the ground. And up again. And last one, we're just going to put the elbows on again. Push down. Okay, good. So to finish up, we're just going to work on our spine. Our spinal segmentations, we'll do that after our neck. So we'll just work on our neck first. So just sit comfortably there for a second, and we're just going to work on our neck cars. So I want you to sit straight, chin to the chest, look over to the side, ear to your shoulder, look up, bring the other ear to the other shoulder. Look down and back up. So chin to the chest again, ear to the shoulder, Eyes up in the air. Look back. Ear to the other shoulder. Chin to the chest. Okay, so that loosens out. That'll loosen out the neck. Now just get the wrists. So hold it out. Your arm straight like this. And we just want to slowly loosen out the wrists. Go one way and then the other. Okay, same for the other arm. Okay, shake them all out. Shake out everything you have. Give it a little stretch. So that's a good bit of work today on the hip flexors, hamstrings, the ankles, and a little bit of upper body work as well. Do it once or twice a week and you'll feel the benefits. Okay, so thanks everybody for joining me, and I'll see you next time.